This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. When I have a client come to me and say, hey, Harv, I want to buy a home, what do they need to do to get ready? I mean, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Okay, so in my area, I've been a lender for over 19 years. I've seen a lot of things marked off the list. One of my biggest things that I have clients get ready for is getting all of their paperwork together first. Knowing what they have as far as their pay stubs in order, their tax returns, their W-2s, and all of those things are paper things that we always ask for, but to know what their budget is.
Right.
To start having that conversation with their spouse, with their family, and say, look, this is how much money I've saved, this is how much money I want to spend each month, and this is the house that I can truly afford. Then they come see us, and then we kind of go through all the little nitty-gritty.
Either validate or invalidate that assessment.
Make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, even before you go and visit with you as a realtor, that they at least have an idea of what that monthly payment is going to be.
Let me say that a lot of times people call me and say, hey, Harv, I want to buy a house. The first thing they'll say is that, and I don't want to go over 250, or I don't want to go over 300, or I don't want to go over 175, whatever that number is. They'll give me a number. And I'll always ask them, well, where'd you come up with that number? And they go, well, I just think that's what I can afford. Well, let's not think about that. Let's not guess. Let's have you sit down with a lender, and let's be more precise.
For us, on that process of what to do is set that expectation.
Yeah.
So then that way they don't have that impression of I can do this in the snap of my fingers and find a house in 20 days, especially when their rent is up or their lease is up.
Right.
And they're under the gun and they have nothing prepared. So that's what it is. What to do is get prepared. The things you shouldn't do is if you decide that you want to change jobs in the middle of your transaction or in thinking that now that I'm getting paid all 100% commission, I'm getting paid more because I don't have taxes to pay right now, where before you used to have an hourly job and they used to take taxes out.
Right.
Well, that's a switch in industry sometimes. We need 2 years. 2 years usually in a commission type of atmosphere. So now they've got the money, they've got everything ready to go, they've got their budget, and now they don't have a loan because they've done something that they shouldn't do.
Lenders always double check everything like the day of or the day before closing just to make sure nothing's principally changed in somebody's financial situation. Including employment verification and FICO score review, which is why you would say to them, gee, don't go out and buy all the furniture before you move in either.
Right. That's another what you should not do while you're shopping for a home.
Right.
Now that you're ready to embark on a huge financial, monthly financial obligation as a house, now you're looking at furniture. And so then if you're looking at opening up other accounts like that, that can hurt you because we've already done the debt to income ratio process.
It could eventually limit your ability to even borrow money, but likely, at the very least, will impact your rate.
Right. It would.
Yeah, in a negative way. I want to talk about the difference between being pre-qualified and pre-approved. Now, these terms are fairly loose, but there are standards that we consider as real estate agents. We consider, and correct me if I'm wrong, pre-approved is better than pre-qualified. Can you explain the difference?
Well, when you're getting pre-qualified for a home loan, it's on the outset. You're talking to someone either on the phone or you're talking to someone in person just on this is what I do for a living, this is how much I make an hour, this is how much I have in the bank. When you're looking for that pre-approval, you're also getting all that documentation together and we can actually see it. And when you get that pre-approval, that means an underwriter too has taken a look at that file. Now, we can say that it's been fully underwritten, but again, a lot can happen in those 30 days. A lot can make that approval. So that's why when I say that it's pre-approved, you've had two sets of eyes, the loan officer and now an underwriter has taken a look at that file and put their stamp of approval on there to say, yes, right now, their credit looks good, their income looks good, their assets look good, the debt to income ratio looks good.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening. And remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDWN.